Take me out to California. Take me out to California.
Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Holly Matthews and I am a speaker, a self-development coach, an NLP practitioner, a mum of 2 girls and the founder of the Happy Me Project. All links for the Happy Me Project will be below this, and if you want to join the Happy Me Project Facebook group, I will be doing a meditation in there on Sunday evenings 8 p.m, and there's lots of other stuff in there and support, and you just get to be part of my gang. I'm also doing Facebook Lives at 10 a.m. weekday mornings, hopefully again on Instagram soon, but it doesn't really fancy it all too much, so I'm just doing IGTV stuff on Instagram. But make sure that you do follow me on all of the other social media accounts as well. Just a quick update before I go into the topic of this, because I know some of you like to know where I am in the lockdown stuff. So we're good as a family, guys, you know, largely doing well. I mean, this week's been quieter because I haven't been working with my clients, my one-on-one clients as much this week, and it's been nice to have a bit of a break. The kids are officially off school, which has been nice. It's been nice to let go of the pressure of trying to make sure that they're doing their schoolwork and all of that stuff. Is actually refreshing. So that's been quite nice. We've just had quite a chilled week and it's went quite quickly because of it. Today we are heading out to do some drop-offs to our family on the doorstep, socially distanced, but we are dropping off some boxes that Brooke made yesterday and some cards that Texas made. So Brooke made these little boxes filled with positive messages of love and stuff. So we've got 3 boxes for some of our family next to us, so we're going to go and drop those out. And then today is just going to be very chilled. It's film night tonight, so we might get a pizza and watch a film, but it's been good. We're cool. There's nothing really to report. I've been doing my lives, I've been doing stuff with the kids and trying to get a balance. Overall it's been good. You know, there's yeah, that's it. How are you guys? How are you getting on? Do comment below and let me know how you're getting on as well, because I do like to hear. Oh, and this weekend we've been doing our virtual holidays as well, and this weekend we're going to France. So I'd love to see your pictures of where you go on your virtual holidays as well, because I know that some of you have been doing them. If you haven't seen my virtual holidays, click on the videos. I'll try and click a link below for that. But go and have a look at those, because they've been really fun, and learning about somewhere different when we can't actually get anywhere different. So that's been really nice. So today I wanted to share with you a question that came in on my Facebook Live. So I've been asking people on there to ask me questions. You guys are welcome to do the same, and or topics or themes or areas that you want me to talk about. And the question I'm going to read out came in from Katie. She didn't want me to share her full name, but Katie asked the question, or shared that she feels guilty. She said, I feel guilty constantly. I feel guilty not being tidy, not being a good teacher, not always enjoying being a mum. I feel guilty that I'm not eating well. I feel guilty of not always making an effort or being attractive to my partner. It's a lot of stuff, right? It's a lot of guilt. And I know that many of you that are watching this will be feeling the same kind of guilt, no doubt about it. We carry so much guilt these days. We carry so much guilt. I am fairly confident that you could list easy 10 things that you've done that you feel guilty about. If I asked you to, I think you would find it fairly easy, because we just constantly compare and feel guilty and think we're not enough. It's constant, and because we have so much access to other people's stuff, even if it's you know, a sanitized best life version on social media, on the squares, we think they're winning at life and I am failing. That's how we equal it out. They're winning, so I am failing. I'm not getting it right. I don't look perfect. Everything isn't clean and tidy and amazing. And it's such nonsense. Really, truly, it's nonsense. We are all perfectly imperfect. All of us lie, cheat, make mistakes, do some, you know, say something we shouldn't have. We're all disgusting in some way or another. Like, none of us are perfect. None of us, because there's no such thing. And in fact, there was a lady on the live who mentioned a great question that her counsellor had said to her when she was describing similar feelings, and her counsellor had said, define perfection. What does perfect look like? And think about that. It's nonsense. We cannot define that stuff. And I was looking at stuff about guilt before doing that chat today. And I heard a lady talking about the difference between shame and guilt. And she said, and I thought this was just a good description just for knowledge and something to think about, but she said shame and guilt just sit side by side. They're like cousins. And she said shame is something, I feel that there is something bad about who I am. And guilt is there is something bad about what I have done or that I do. And what happens is we have all of these guilty feelings. There is something bad about what I do. Da, 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 da. We have loads of them, and then we internalize them as which equals there is something bad about who I am, and it's not true. It's not true. And we are crazy hard on ourselves. And when we are guilty, when we feel guilt and shame all of the time, we deplete our energies. We feel negative, we feel sad, we feel unmotivated, we just don't feel good enough. On the plus side though, you know me, I always like to try and find the positive to the negative. There was a study done to say there is some benefits of the guilt that we feel. Harvard Business Review did a study, and they found that those that were world leaders and leaders of industry actually did feel a sense of guilt, and that guilt helped them to try to be the best that they can be. They found that people who are the best friends, lovers, partners, parents, have that guilt, and actually it drives them to try and strive to be better. I would say there's some truth in that, but I also think that there's so much of the negative of the feeling guilty that it depletes your energy and motivation. And yes, it might make you want to be the best that you can be, but from a mental health point of view, the negatives tend to outweigh in that particular trait of our personality. So what on earth do we do about it? First of all, I want you to think about this. The things that you're telling yourself that you are guilty of, have you actually done anything wrong? I mean, when we did the Facebook Live earlier, we had people on there that felt guilty about not wanting children. They felt guilty that one lady, complete opposite end of the extreme, felt guilty that she couldn't have children, and as a woman she felt guilt. There's a lady who had migraines and they took her out for like 2 hours of the day, and she said she felt guilty because she couldn't do anything during that time. A lady wasn't very well, felt guilty that she was taking time and having to stay in bed. The list is endless about why we feel guilty. One lady was guilty because she was trying to watch my Facebook Live while the kids were shouting over her, and she was hiding under the blanket feeling guilty about things. And we as human beings, the list is endless. But you need to ask yourself truly and simply, have you actually done anything wrong? If you've murdered someone and you feel guilty about that, then first of all, you should be in prison. But second of all, yeah, you should feel guilty. Of course you should feel guilty. If there's a thing you did, you can feel guilt. That's appropriate and normal. And then appropriate action will be taken. Obviously, that's an extreme version. But if you've done something to feel guilty about, okay, then apologize, then forgive yourself, then move forward, then take the steps to make that right. But most of the time, the things we feel guilty about are crazy expectations that we put on ourselves. And we haven't actually done anything wrong. It's just some weird perfection thing that we've put on ourselves, that we need to be perfect, when logic underneath it tells us that's nonsense, and we know that not to be true, and they know that it's crazy and we wouldn't expect it of anybody else. So reality check. Are you a good mum most of the time? Yeah. Are you, do you work hard most of the time? Do you try to eat well most of the time? Do you, do you sometimes get dressed up and feel nice and attractive? Okay, so you're doing the best that you can, and the best that you are is enough. You are enough. We as people are perfectly imperfect, and the judgment that we put on ourselves, the punishment, is obscene. I want you to think about now, if somebody else said to you out loud the things that you say internally, all the guilt stuff, said it to you, a friend of yours, someone that you love, said, I feel guilty because I had a headache the other day and I couldn't tidy up. I feel guilty because I don't really want to have children. I feel guilty because whatever the other things were. I feel guilty because I didn't do the dishes last night and I went to bed. I feel guilty because I ate 2 cream eggs on the bounce yesterday. Whatever it is. If somebody said that to you, what would you say to them? The reality is that you would probably say, like, give yourself a break, be kinder to yourself, do better tomorrow. Like, you wouldn't say the things that you say. You wouldn't say, well, then you are a bad person and God hates you. Like, you wouldn't say that. So why do we expect this of ourselves? It's crazy. So my challenge to you now is this, and I think my camera's going to go off, so I'm going to say it really quickly. My challenge to you is to write down all the things you feel guilty about on a piece of paper, and then get that piece of paper, scrumple it up, drown it in a bowl of water, rip it up and put it in the bin. And then your next challenge is to write 10 things that you are good at. I know that's going to be more challenging for you, but I want you to tag me in those and let me know what you are good at. That is your focus. And then when you rip up the guilty one, you're going to say to yourself, I let go of judgment because I am perfectly imperfect and it's okay. And I'm going to stop now. I've had to rush the end of this because this battery's going to go and then I won't film it, and I'm sorry, but I'm sending you all lots of love. Let go of the guilt, let go of the judgment of yourself. You're doing the best that you can and it's okay and it's enough. Peace.
Take me out to California.